What is going on, everybody? I don't know if that played or not. I didn't see it. It might not be on this one. I don't know. Anyway, hi. I was hoping the applause would go through, but maybe it didn't. Maybe I have it muted. I don't know. I'd have to go around and play with it. Anyway, how's it going? It's Monday. As per usual, because it is Monday, I'm exhausted, you know, because workout and stuff. Hi. So let me go through chat because I saw people in here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is wild. Everybody was ready for today, which is awesome. But Michael Jackson, welcome in. Jim, hello, welcome in as well. Callie, hi, welcome in as well. Right now, it looks like y'all are in the top 3 for top fans. I still don't fully understand it, but congratulations. Let's see. How are you tonight? I am doing all right. Again, a little bit sore. I don't know. I've really not felt super great, like physically. You know, I like when I do this. I have this like massive pain that shoots through my arm, and my massage therapist suggested doing an ice bath, so I might try that tonight after stream and see how that goes. I don't know how much ice to buy. I figure I would just buy 4 bags from Walmart and see if that's a good amount or not. Who knows? We'll try it out. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully that works. I'm okay. Gonna be a warm, humid week here. It's getting up there for me as well. Let me check with the weather. It was raining this morning. It was super nice. In fact, right now it says it's 90 degrees and it feels like 105. That is a drastic difference, I feel like. But let's see what the rest of the week is. I know it's not supposed to rain the rest of the week. I take it back. Maybe tomorrow it's gonna rain. But lower 90s, and then apparently Thursday going into the weekend is going to be going into triple digits for the first time this year, which hopefully it doesn't. You know, I don't like triple digits. It's not fun, but it's gonna be gross. Is what I'm guessing it's gonna be. We had hot and dry, but yesterday big storms, threat of hail and tornadoes, but fortunately it fizzled out before it got. That's good. You know, we've had some crazy storms pass through the last couple of days as well. They prematurely threw up a flood warning just in case. You know, it didn't rain enough here, luckily, so we didn't really need that. But it did rain quite a bit. It was in a sense, it was nice because it kept the temperature kind of low. But other than that, it wasn't too terrible. Aleatorio, welcome in. How are you? I sent a message at 3. I did see that. Now I will say, y'all were not the first ones to submit a request. I saw there was some questioning of that. Callie got in first, so technically, Callie wins. Let's see. Get one of those gel packs. I do have one, actually. I do. And I don't know. I'm really lazy when it comes to icing. I just want to try the ice bath and see how it goes, because I'm like, I gotta hold it here. It's really annoying. I don't want to do it. Anyway, it is what it is. But I might toss it in, see if that works even better. Here in Brazil, it was 15 degrees at dawn. So that would be like, if 30 degrees Celsius is like 90 something degrees here, that would be like 60-ish degrees, which is very nice. So that must be a really good temperature. So kudos to you. I didn't send mine until I read their convo. Valid, but somehow yours got in first. In fact, yours got in 5 minutes before theirs did, so you win. Was my request in there? I had some issues. It is, yeah. I see all y'all's in there. So y'all are good. But yeah. Aleatorio, yes, yeah, I do see yours as well. Okay, so before we start, I figure I could showcase something I got to do yesterday. So I'm gonna do this. I threw these in a special channel on my Discord that nobody else can access. So I know his Batman suit is great. So this is a lantern, and it's lit up and everything. It's really cool. So this was actually I can just show you in the next slide. So it's DC Universe of Lights, or Universal Light. So everything in this exhibit was made out of lantern material, whatever they make lanterns out of, and there was a bunch of lights in there. Even the furniture, they did that too, and I thought that was awesome. So it had some like really old school comic books. I don't know what year this was necessarily. I don't think it said, because I know like they used to do the years right here, but they didn't put that on there. But yeah, so they just had a bunch of retro comics. They had a bunch of more modern comics. And I was wondering if it was just gonna be like, panels of comics. But no, when you get in here, you get to see a bunch of stuff. This was actually moving. I kind of wish I had taken a video of it, but I didn't. So Supergirl's lasers were actually moving towards Darkseid. It was like a really cool effect. And then I realized I could actually zoom out and get the whole room, or for the most part the whole room. So it was really cool. And they have these like comic strips as well, just like they do in the comic books. This is a Daily Planet. I didn't know who this was, had no clue, but it says it somewhere, I forgot, but she has like electric powers. So you got Crypto and stuff there. But yeah, all of this furniture is like lanterns as well, and I thought that was really cool. You got Crypto right there. It'd be this one. So, and this is like a really cool shot, because like this is the floor right here, so this is where you're standing, and we're looking over their fight while they're in the clouds looking down at the city. I thought this was like a really cool shot. But yeah, you got all of this going on, and then the next room you go into Themyscira for Wonder Woman, and she's fighting Cheetah, which I have no idea where she comes from. I got no idea. I don't know if she's from Themyscira or what. Somebody with way more comic book knowledge would definitely have to let me know. And then you go into the Batcave. All of these you could actually interact with. You could, like, the rest of the stuff you're not supposed to touch, but these were like one of the few things you could actually touch, and you could look up all the people that were in the Bat computer. And they just have a bunch of different scenes and stuff. I thought it was really cool. And and we're still in the Batcave. I think I left off a photo, but I think I took it. I think I added it a little bit later. But you got Gotham is in shambles. You got the Bat family attacking Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, and then you got Batman fighting Joker up on like I guess like a top of a building. I guess that's what it is. And then the next room, you got the Hall of Justice, and you got the whole Justice League fighting. You got Cyborg right there, and then you got Flash. This thing was moving as well, so it made it look like he was making a wind tornado. It was pretty cool. And then you had some more shots, and this was like the full shot of everybody on this side. So you got Aquaman over here, you got Green Lantern, you got the trio, you got Hot Girl, and they're fighting Starro, just like the first Justice League comic book, which I thought was cool. And then in the final room is the what's Superman's place in I'm blanking on it right now. The Fortress of Solitude, that's what it is. They set up that, and they even had a trailer for the new Superman movie. And then here's me in the Batmobile, because you could actually sit down and pretend you were driving the Batmobile. So it was really cool. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. And then I got to go see the Superman movie, which if you're on the fence of do you want to go see it or not, I liked it. Definitely go watch it if you're interested in watching Superman, or if you're more on the Snyder verse, then you may not like this one, but I thought it was way better than Man of Steel. I'll just say that. But yeah, that's what I got to do this weekend. Let me see. Callie made an evil pact. Really? Interesting. Jim, I don't get it. To be fair, I don't either, but I'm just rolling with it. I've never seen this here in Rio de Janeiro. I don't know where all this takes place. I don't know if they travel all over the world or not, or if it was just kind of like a one-off thing that's going to be up for a couple months here. I have no idea. But it was pretty cool. We hit 32 on the weekend, but typically get close to 40. Yeah, that's about where we're at, and our traditional summer is around 40-ish, which is just awful. I didn't like Man of Steel, not a Cavill fan. I think Henry Cavill's fine as an actor. I think there was a lot of pacing issues with Man of Steel, and the writing was awful. So I kind of blame the script on that, and just how they portrayed Superman as a god rather than a super powered being, which is really what Superman is. He's a super powered being, I still said the first message. True, but I think I was first technically because I was here. So I'm first. I'll just comment first. Yeah, it could be the writing. The character was wooden, no emotions. He was very stoic and very emotionless, except anger. That was the emotion was anger, and some really poor decision making during the movie as well. But anyway, it is what it is. I will say it's pretty much a 180 from Man of Steel. Also, it's not a muted palette of colors. This one's bright and everything. So there you go. I think Superman hasn't hit theaters yet here in Brazil. I mean, maybe I don't know when it goes worldwide. It released on Thursday here, and I went and saw it yesterday. When does Superman come out in Brazil? Let's see. Superman will be released in Brazil on July 10th. So it might be out. That's also AI, generative AI in Google, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. I stopped watching it about half hour in. I watched it in theaters, and that's the only time I ever watched it. I don't think I could go back and watch it again. I was not a huge fan of the DCEU. They had like maybe 3.5 good movies. overall. So I'm hoping the new DCU does very well, and I'm hoping DC and Marvel can coexist in harmony. You know, because I like the MCU, and so far I like what's happening with this. So we'll see. I want both to succeed. That's what I want. Because I want that DC versus Marvel movie at some point. Glad to hear the new one is better. Yes. 2 thumbs up. That's what I give it, because that's all the thumbs I got. Okay, so let's see. I think before we get started, we're gonna do the release schedule for the week now. So I'm gonna go through it real quick. So yesterday was Sunday. That was Disturbed, The Light. It was a really cool song. I didn't realize that Disturbed had songs that weren't full of anger. So it's definitely a change of pace for me. Today was Alice in Chains. It was Man in the Box. It was live performance. I got to do a Shy Shy, so that was definitely awesome. Tomorrow, it hasn't come out yet, but tomorrow is Liliac, and they did a cover of Dio's Holy Diver. It's definitely awesome. Jim, if you're in here, because I know your birthday is on Wednesday, so happy early birthday. Cover your ears if you don't want to be spoiled, because you said you wanted to be surprised. So this is your spoiler warning for Wednesday's reaction recap day. Okay. I'm just gonna give him a couple of seconds. And okay, so Wednesday we got 3. So we got Forestella, we got Despacito, we got another Alter Bridge performance, Ties That Bind, and then we have the Fozia Desert Rose performance. So all 3 of those are dropping on Wednesday. Okay, Jim, you can come back now. Thursday we have a John Farnham performance, Burn For You. Friday is a Rory Gallagher performance, Bullfrog Blues. I'm doing that one with Songbird. And then Saturday is Coldplay, A Sky Full of Stars. And that one was in South America. It was, I don't know, there was something about that concert. It was in Sao Paulo, I believe. I believe that's where it was from, or where it was performed at. But yeah, crazy awesome performance. So that is the week in review. So having said that, let's see, we want this. I did block my ears. Good. No, I'm sorry. So my camera is reversed, so I'm holding up my right arm and it looks like I'm holding up my left. So I'll do that. There we go. Let's see. Hi from Australia. Welcome in, Ian. How are you? I did block my ears. Awesome. Definitely good. So you didn't get spoiled. Sky Full of Stars, I only know the Taron Egerton one from Sing. Is that a Disney movie? It's like an animated movie, and they do a bunch of like singing songs. Haven't watched it, but it does sound vaguely familiar. Okay, so we got a few. Let's go ahead and make these a little bit bigger. Let's go to 50. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna get all of them pulled up now. Hopefully they don't autoplay. I'm not ready for them to do that yet. Pause. I'm not ready for you yet. Don't do that. Okay. I'm gonna scooch over here. Okay. Let me move my keyboard and mouse over here so I'm a little bit more situated. Let's go ahead and mute that. All right, so this first one is from Cali. This is Sam Perry. I'm guessing it's a cover of Prince's When Doves Cry. Guess we'll find out. So I guess we'll go ahead and check it out. Here we go.
What is that?
I was right.
I don't know what's going on right now. Yes.
Interesting.
Is he doing that?
That's some wild technique.
Stop it! Oh my god!
Okay, that's about halfway. I didn't realize what was really happening at first. Like obviously he's doing like some beatboxing and stuff here, but his like vocals that he's bringing in like has some crazy range with it. And I mean, I just with the looping and the echoing and everything, it's creating this really unique sound. And it's just like all the different sound effects he's doing, like even just plugging in the headset that he has, like they were like, what's happening? I don't know, because obviously they're not looking when he's doing all that. So yeah, when like I was thinking, well, that's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, they're not even facing him, so they are like obviously all these sound effects and stuff. Like we don't know what's going on, but yeah, like it's almost like I wonder what it would have been like if I wasn't even watching, just like, man, I have no idea what's happening. But yeah, like all these different things and all the different beatboxing and stuff that he's doing is very interesting. I was waiting for the When Doves Cry to start. I don't know if it's actually started yet or not, at least technically. It doesn't sound familiar. But I mean, if somebody had told me he's doing a performance of When Doves Cry, or if nobody had told me what it was, I wouldn't have even known it was gonna go into When Doves Cry. I'm just guessing that's what it's going to do. But yeah, like it's just it was a really interesting setup as well because everything was already on stage, and then he walks out there and he pulls the headset out of his bag. So it was like at first I was wondering, is this gonna be like a really like elaborate setup or anything? But no, it was just the headset. So it was like just the anticipation of it starting, I thought was definitely unique. I don't think I've seen anything like that from one of the talent shows, at least in terms of music. Like there's other people that go on stage and they do like different, yeah, whatever their talent is. There's sometimes there's a bit of a setup, but I feel like for this is definitely unique, at least in terms of music. But yeah, so far it's very interesting, and I'm definitely liking it. Oh yeah, I need to move chat. That's why I can't see chat very well. Okay. Animated. Taron Egerton is also the guy who played Eggs. Yes, I do know that. I did recognize his name from that. That's what I was like when I read that. I was like, I don't remember him singing that in either of the Kingsman movies. But then I kept reading. I was like, oh okay. He also did Elton John. Yes, he did. He did portray Elton John in Rocket Man. I did remember that. He did. Okay, so he actually is a like a singer. That's really cool because I've only ever seen him like act. I did see him in Rocket Man, but I didn't know if it was. Now that I know, Rami Malek didn't do all the singing for Bohemian Rhapsody, I was kind of wondering, did Taron do singing for Rocket Man, or did somebody else do vocals? So that's really cool to find out that he can do that. This is from Australian The Voice. Yeah, they did not look like the ones that I'm used to seeing. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't even tell you who was on the American The Voice. I'm sure if some people listed some names, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. It was not a show that I sat down to watch or anything like that. But yeah, I was thinking they definitely didn't look familiar, but they're from Australia. That's pretty cool. This is very good. I remember this. Saiyan League, welcome in. How are you? This was one of those early viral YouTube videos. Interesting. So everybody's seen it and I haven't. Well, it is what it is. Looping, he ended up winning the season. Dang, that's wild. Yeah, he did a great remix. I'm excited to check out the remix portion of this song. I'm gonna back it up slightly. Hey there, Ace. I'm great. Thanks. Right back at you. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get back to it. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Can you just leave me standing out in this world is so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding, or maybe I'm just like my father too bold. Maybe I'm just like my
He's got some range. Awesome.
so why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Maybe I'm just like my mother.
Got some power behind the vocals too.
Windows cry.
Wild. Who did he end up going with? Does anybody know? That would be interesting to find out. Cause like the contestant picks who they go with, right? That was the premise of the show. If I remember right, or is it the other way around? The judges decide who gets the performer. I don't know. Y'all would have to tell me. But yeah, so we got to hear the rendition of When Doves Cry on the second half of this. So that was really cool that we got to see that. His vocals, like he definitely has some range. He had some power behind it as well. I'm sure in some other performances he probably like really got into that power, because I feel like this is like the tip of the iceberg kind of thing. It was probably more of a showcase of what all he can do, because I'm guessing that was the first time he was on there. But yeah, just bringing all of that with the looping, and I think I heard some harmony happening in there as well. I don't know if that means like he like pre-recorded some of the vocals and then he was able to do that, or if he had like a switch that kind of I don't really know how to describe it, but the way I'm thinking of it is like the microphone picks up the voice and it splits it into two, and then one of those he's able to raise up a little bit higher kind of thing. I don't really know if that's a thing or not, but that's kind of how it works in my brain. But just all of that, I think it was like a really unique way to go about it, and it was like a really cool remix as well. But yeah, this was definitely awesome to check out. Let me see. Boy George and Kelly were in heaven. They both obsess over Prince. Boy George sounds familiar. I don't remember why though. Kelly does not, but I could be wrong. I'm with you. I don't really watch any talent shows like this, so I don't know either. He was really good voice even when he just sings straight songs. So were there some performances during this season of The Voice where he just did songs? I think he was with Kelly as a coach. Not sure, because sometimes they move around. So you can have different judges? I thought it was just the one, the one judge, and that was it. Oh yeah, they did have their names. I saw the names and I didn't really read them. Okay, so George is the dude with the hat. Okay, and then Kelly was the one sitting next to him. Gotcha. Okay, got it. I was thinking Boy George was somebody else, maybe. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure there was a Boy George that was like a musician in the '80s. I think. Maybe that's the same one. I don't know. I think he did looping, but less in some songs. Okay. Yes, the judges sometimes drop them, and then other judges can pick them up. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's the same Boy. Okay. Right, because on The Voice they have like different musicians as the judges, right? That's how that works. So every single one of them is a musician to some caliber, right? That's how that works. And then I don't remember who the host was, but I couldn't tell you. I know on one of them it's Terry Crews. I think that's Got Talent. I think that was America's Got Talent. Boy George sung Karma Chameleon. That's right. I don't think I've heard that song all the way through, but I have heard at least parts of it. I think I got to hear it in one of the parody movies. I don't really remember. But yeah, this was wild. Okay, so this was one. Go. All right, so this next one is from Jim. I can't read. Let me see. So I think it says Portishead. I don't think that's right though. Maybe it is. Let me just bring it over here so I could see. It's still gonna show up on there if I'm not. Yeah, it still shows up there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this says Portishead Glory Box. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully I'm not, and I hate to get artists' names wrong. The Joe here is Joe Jonas. Oh, okay. So he went because y'all said this was the one in Australia. So he went and did. So they kind of all over the world. They just have different musicians. It doesn't matter if they're from that country or not. Okay, you got it right. Sweet, I got it. Okay, so this is Portishead Glory Box. It looks like it's live at Roseland, New York. This is the best audio. That's what it says right there. I'm not lying, see? I don't think I've ever heard of this artist before, so this is going to be new for me. But this was submitted by Jim, so let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. I wasn't expecting record scratches with an orchestra. That's definitely unique.
I'm so tired of playing with this bow and arrow. Gonna give my heart away, leave it to the other girls to play. For I've been a temptress too long. Just give me a reason to love you. Give me a reason to be
I feel like there's like 3 or 4 genres happening all at once.
from this time unchained. We're all looking at a different picture through this new frame of mine. 1,000 flowers could bloom. Move over and give us some room. Yeah. Give me a reason to love you. Give me a reason to be I just wanna be a woman.
I feel like a build-up happening. pause it right there. We'll back it up a little bit. Yeah, this is, at least to me, this is very unique. Like, we have an orchestra playing, we have like this jazz like kind of melded in. We have like blues with the guitar happening, and just like her singing style, like all of it melded together to form this. And not only that, but the record scratching throughout is just definitely, I don't know, my brain cannot make heads or tails of this. There's so much happening, but all of it together is so like uniquely done. It's not like a fast-paced song or anything. It's got like a great groove to it. The instrumentation, just, I don't even know where to start. I guess just the orchestra themselves, like the string section is so, I don't know, there's like a almost like a slow bounce to it, I guess. And I think that's kind of in part with how she's doing the vocals as well. But like just how they're doing this, it's almost like a little bounce, but it's almost like, I don't know, this silky feeling. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just like, it's like silky smooth on the ears. It's just, it's so good. The record scratching reminds me of, some bands. Obviously, I got to mention Linkin Park because they do that all the time. But like Incubus, I think Slipknot uses record scratches, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to think of some other ones. Right this second, it's really just those three that I'm thinking of right now. And I think more so Incubus, and at least in this instance, because it's not super heavy or anything. And they had some more like easygoing songs in terms of that. But yeah, that's just a very kind of out of place, but at the same time, it's awesome that it's here. And then yeah, we have the standard like band setup. So you have the drums, you have the guitar, which very very good little mini solo that we got there. I don't know if there's a bass guitar. Like there's a lot on stage, so it's hard to like narrow stuff down sometimes. And then you have okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who is who on stage. So the singer, and just like at first, maybe it's my headset, I don't really know, but I really couldn't hear a lot of what she was like singing. Like her vocals were a little bit quieter, but then the second they cut to her and she was like front and center, I was like, I feel like the vocal quality kind of improved, I guess is a good word for it. 'Cause sometimes I feel like my headset, it might be a little, I don't know. I think I sat on them one time, and that may have damaged them a little bit. So I feel like sometimes I might miss a couple of things that I shouldn't. But yeah, everything, this whole performance is phenomenal. So is it with an orchestra or is the orchestra part of the band? Because this is a live performance. We've checked out a couple of bands that have utilized an orchestra. Moody Blues has done that. John Farnham has done that. There was one where Eric Clapton got to do that. There's apparently some performances of The Warning that I haven't checked out yet that utilize at least a portion of an orchestra. So yeah, we've checked out a few. So definitely would love to know about that. But yeah, I'm definitely liking this. This is really cool. Okay, let me back up a bit and get some water. Portishead. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the clarification. And I knew I was saying it wrong. It had to have been wrong. I knew it. So Portishead. Okay. Always been a Portishead fan. How long have they been around? I don't know if y'all mentioned that yet or not, but I'm still up here. So it's a genre of music nicknamed trip hop. Okay. I've never really loved the trip hop title only because there is so much hip hop artists already like this. Really? Interesting. So what makes it trip hop? Just out of curiosity, like the record scratching, the bluesy guitar that we had, and just how the flow of the song goes. Would that be like a summation of what would be considered trip hop? I remember listening to this record when in my grandmother's funeral possessions. Interesting. Did they play this at the funeral? Beth has a very jazzy voice mixed with a tiny bit of R&B roots, and I dare say a little rock. She's very unique. Korn used record scratches too. Yes, that's another one. You ever seen them live? No, I haven't. Love to. With an orchestra. They've been doing, wait, have they been doing all of this since the 80s? I think since early 90s, late 80s. Trippy psychedelic. The instrumentation and approach, I believe it's similar to the term psychedelic rock. James said it quicker than me. Valid. That's valid. Okay, so they've been around since the 80s. Has their style like always been like this, or has it changed a little bit? Like, when did this song kind of come out? Like, was it around the 90s? Was this more of a 2000s? Because I feel like some of this like sound, it kind of does sound a little familiar, but I'm trying to. It was a song that I think was advertising like Windows 8 or something like that, and I can't remember the name of the song, but it has a similar melody setup. No, I was in my truck on the way. Oh, okay, gotcha. So this is from the 80s. Dang. So they always have the orchestra, or this is like a special thing with the orchestra? I'm sure you heard this somewhere in a tutorial. The song was used in everything in life. My grandma's funeral was December of '88. Well, hopefully she's at rest. That was also the 6 months before I was born. The Real Thing by Russell Morris is psych rock at its best. Special performance. Okay, so typically the band is drums, guitarist, probably a bass, singer, and then you have the record scratching. Okay. Blessings to Queen Grandma. Absolutely. So I'm guessing it's 5 or 6 members is like the typical band for Portishead, right? Hopefully I'm right. Let me back it up a little bit. I'm trying to think of the name of the song that I'm thinking of. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know. There was a little bit of minor dubstepping in there, I think. But anyway, so the record came out in early '88. That's wild. Oh, now I see the bass. Ha. Okay, so we got the bassist, we got the guitar. You know, oh, you can't see my mouse. There we go. Bass, guitar, drums, singer, record scratcher, which I guess that would just be considered DJ. That would be probably a more accurate title. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back to this. Here we go. Yeah, she has 2 different vocal styles, I feel like, during the song. Sense of build-up approaching.
It's time to move over. 'Cause it's all I want. So tired of playing.
Subverted my expectation. All right. I was expecting an explosion of instruments. That's very unique.
Thank you very much. Sorry, it was a bit dodgy in places. My fault, my fault.
Dodgy. Not from my perspective. Okay, so that was from 1998. That's what the little thing at the bottom said. So, yeah, like the instrumentation, like it kind of just did a thing, and it was like this buildup of the noise and everything that was happening. I thought it was going to be like an explosion of instrumentation, and it just went right back down. And I was like, oh, okay. So definitely subverted my expectation from that. And then yeah, I don't even think I mentioned her vocal style. Like she has that jazzy style when she's singing a little bit lower, and then when she's singing a little bit higher, like definitely has a more melodic sound to it. And like really cool that she has two different styles, at the very least two different. I mean, she may have more, but for at least this song, I heard at least two. But yeah, just everything to this, it was crazy. Like I also saw somebody playing keyboard as well, multiple keyboard. Like that dude had like 3 sets, so that's wild. It's always crazy to see somebody have that much of a setup. It's just, I have to imagine some of them are set up to do different sound effects, certain play style, and maybe even tuned a little bit differently. That's definitely a possibility. But yeah, this was phenomenal. I don't know where I don't know where I've been at that I missed this, but yeah, it's awesome. Definitely like that. Let me see. Move the microphone that way. Thanks, saying you can even hear the static on the vinyl. Yeah, there was something on here, right? I definitely heard some. I just didn't know what it was, but yeah, it definitely could have been like a static sound. Let me see. Vinyl sounds are like ASMR. I'm not the biggest ASMR fan. I'm just gonna tell you right now. We used to do a thing on Twitch where I had like a ASMR channel, Point Redemption. I hated doing it. It kind of hurt my throat. I don't even think I was doing it right, but everybody liked me doing it. It's not for me. Was just enjoying the music. Me too. Cool Beans, the whole record was awesomeness. I mean, if this is any indication on how it is, definitely for sure. Excuse me. But yeah, that was awesome. Definitely liked that. Let's do that. So we'll call that 2. Okay, so this next one is going to be interesting. So this is from the Titanic movie. I kind of popped it up a little earlier because I saw something about Titanic. I was like, man, we'll see. So I guess we'll try it out and see how it goes. Pause. Okay, so I do have to ask, because I didn't listen to it, because I had hit start. I obviously couldn't play it because y'all would have heard it. Is this just a scene from the movie, or is there actual music throughout this? I should probably ask before I play, because I don't want to get in trouble with copyright, because I'm gonna be honest, we can't just play the movie, I'm not a Farnham fan, or death metal, or K, or J-pop. Valid. I think there is good music in every genre. Like there's always that diamond in the rough kind of thing. So I mean, there's even some country songs that I can tolerate. I am not a country fan, by the way, at all. But there's even some country songs that I can, I don't mind them at all. So I feel like every genre has something in there for everybody, Isn't Titanic heavy on copyrights? I know with the live streams, they have at least I don't think they've actually. They may have actually flat out blocked one of them, but they didn't reject the dispute. So I think it's okay. I guess we'll find out. You might have to pause Titanic every 5 seconds. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's a remix on My Heart Will Go On used in the movie. Interesting. So saying it's a remix, who did the song? Because I don't think you put anything in the description about it. Like, is it an actual person, or give us the premise of this video before we hit play, because that way at least we have some idea of what's happening. Or is it just like Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On"? It's like a techno remix. Because that could also be a thing, I suppose. I'm sure somebody has done that. They had to have, right? I feel like there's a techno remix for every song. It's just an instrumental, "My Heart Will Go On," but was remixed. Okay. All right, we'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. If I notice that I'm getting a message that says "stop it" or "your stream's been blocked," I'll just cut it. So we gotta be careful about stuff like this. So this is "Hymn to the Sea." I don't really know what else to title it, so I'll just go with that, and here we go.
Take it to sea, Mr. Murdoch. And stretch your legs. Yes, sir.
It's gonna hit!
I think it's getting a little more intense with the instrumentation of the song.
Do you see any moving?
No, I do not. Also, I'm about 2 minutes in. So yeah, throughout this so far, like we have I don't know if that's Celine Dion doing the vocals. I'm not really sure. Somebody would have to fill me in on that. But we have the vocalist, and I definitely feel like I hear a couple of different instruments in there. Could be like orchestrated. We definitely heard piano, and it was getting a little more intense as the song went on as well. But the vocal work kind of like was in and out. So we got like some vocal work, then we got piano, then we had vocal work again with the piano. So I thought that was really cool. And then yeah, they were performing on the boat, which we've seen in a previous clip. And then now this is like the aftermath of the ship that has already gone down, I'm guessing, because I know I had to have watched the movie at least once. I'm sure I have. I know I didn't watch it on VHS because, well, maybe I did. No, I couldn't have. I know VHS is split into two, which is wild. Anyway, but yeah, it's definitely interesting how it's just like an instrumental, like, and as opposed to having the words to the song on this. It's definitely interesting. I do feel like the movie portion is a little loud by comparison, you know, but that might just be a minor gripe, because we're really just supposed to be focusing on the music itself, not the movie. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, let me catch up on chat. Okay, so I still never watched Titanic. I mean, maybe there's a possibility in the future. Maybe we could do a watch party of it. I don't know. I'd still prefer, at least for now, to do music related movies for a watch party, but which I think the next one might be in August. I don't know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I saw some video memes today stating that Titanic mood was a derivative of the somber music. They overdubbed happy music with the people falling. That is fantastic. Let's see. Neither have I. I know how it ends though. No spoilers. No spoilers. You know, I'm sure there's other people that haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched it either. I detest Leo. There is some rather less than pleasant things about Leonardo DiCaprio, but back then maybe not nearly as much. But who knows? Maybe, I don't know. The band played "My Heart, God to Thee" or something as the actual boat. Yeah, it was. My. I know we heard it, but yeah, I don't remember what it was. Why did that make me laugh so much? I do too. God, I feel evil for laughing just the way you said it. The guy in the lifeboat is Harlord Low, fifth officer who woke up 30 minutes after he hit the only officers who go back for survivors. Okay. There is supposedly 6 clips. I've only seen 2. That's wild that somebody made 6 parts. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's a little loud and distracting. When did Titanic come out? 97. Yeah, it was mid to late 90s, yeah. I remember people talking about it in elementary school. I thought older for some reason, not as old as I thought. Yeah, I was thinking, well, I guess it couldn't have been like 95 because I was 6, and I remember I was definitely a little bit older when the movie came out. But yeah, I think 97 was probably the accurate portrayal. Um, I guess we'll go ahead and get back to it. Hopefully the movie doesn't get louder, because I do just want to focus on the song. So let's go ahead. And it's clashing with the music of the movie itself.
Well, thank you. We have dressed in our best and are prepared to go down as gentlemen.
The song does end. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of curious if the song was just gonna end or if it was just gonna cut out. So there was an actual end to the song. But yeah, like the music, I feel like the movie did kind of interfere with the song a decent amount, so it was kind of hard to get like a real feel for it. But you definitely hear the sadness throughout the performance, and even just going an octave higher definitely like resonates that, definitely like enhances that even. But yeah, let's see. My goofy behind thought Titanic was an 80s movie. I mean, there may have been an 80s version of Titanic. You know, there's no telling. No, it's actors with powders that make the look frozen interesting. The water was barely above freezing. Life expectancy there was minutes. Yeah, I have to imagine, because you know, they hit a glacier. You know, it's definitely much colder in that area by comparison of something like the Gulf of Mexico, where it's, you know, much warmer, and you could probably survive a little bit longer out there. Yeah, so in waters that are probably, if I had to guess, like 34, 35 degrees, you know, because 32 starts freezing. It's probably around 35. I mean, that's a intense ice bath. You know, speaking of the ice bath that I'm planning on doing later. So yeah, you're only really supposed to do those for like 10 or 15 minutes. So yeah, you're not gonna make it for very long at all. Let's see. Imagine this with cheery music. I mean, imagine this with the I'm trying to think of the name of the song. Yeah, I can't remember, but it's like this like really fast paced, like I don't know. Anyway, a lot of things happening in that song that I can't think of right now. Is it like Betty Hill or something like that? I don't know. Somebody would have to tell me that song. Let me see. Drowning to me is the worst way to go. I feel like, yeah, any possible scenario where circulation and breath is just getting like obscured in one way or another, I feel like just suffocating is probably one of the worst ways to go. The music I requested is from 93. Okay. There was Raise the Titanic in the 80s. Was that about the Titanic itself, or was that, you know, something else? The water was also still freezing when they filmed Leaving Late Windlass. I don't know who that is, but probably one of the people in the water with hypothermia. Salt water doesn't freeze until the 20s. Oh, okay, so it actually probably could have been like 30-degree water then. Yeah, I did forget that there are some instances where if you put stuff in Oh, Kate, not late. Okay, gotcha. Valid. Yeah, and also the argument of could, you know, two people like actually float on that door together? You know, that's been a debate since the movie came out. I think they tried to prove it on Mythbusters because I feel like that was a really popular one to dispute. And I think they discovered, yes, it is definitely possible. But you gotta, like, you can't have two people on the same side. I think you have to kind of balance it. So it's a bit of a balancing act. So I could have, still, they probably would have died in the water anyway. So it really didn't matter much. But yeah, that was fun. So let's do that. Okay, stream did not go down, so that's good. We also have a couple more. If I pop them up now, will they go to the back? Or are they gonna pop up right in front? Because I haven't checked the rest of those out yet. Okay, it popped up in the front. Okay. I was afraid of that. That's fine though. I just won't touch them. We're not ready for those yet. Let's see. Also, the two actors have met after Titanic. Leo and Kay, right? Yeah, they I think they're still like friends. I don't know if they've ever starred in another movie together. I have no idea, but anyway. So this next one is from Aleatorio. I need to bring it closer because I can't see because my eyesight's terrible. So this is Gabriel O. Pensador, and I'm not sure if the song is in parentheses and this is two different groups. I'm not really sure, but slash retrato de Playboy, and then it says Juventude Perdida. I butchered that to hell. I know I did, and I am sorry. But that's the next one. I'm terrible with languages. I'm sorry. Okay. Back it up slightly. Okay, so this is from Aleatorio. So this is Gabriel Pensador. So here we go.
Pergunta pra playboy o que ele pensa da vida, sabe o que ele te diz? Não, mais ou menos assim. Sou playboy e vivo na farra, vou à praia todo dia e sou cheio de marra. Eu só ando com a galera e nela eu me garanto. Só que quando estou sozinho, eu só ando pelos cantos porque eu luto jiu-jitsu, mas é só por diversão. Se alguma coisa tá na moda, então eu faço também, igualzinho a mim. Eu conheço mais de 6, eu faço tudo que eles fazem. Então tudo bem, não quero estudo nem trabalho, também que não tem porque eu sou o que um playboyzinho, disso eu não me envergonho. Não sei o que é a vida, não penso, não sonho. Praia, surf, short, essa é minha realidade, não saio disso porque me falta personalidade, não tenho cérebro, apenas me enquadro no sistema. Certa foda é minha assinação, playboy é meu problema, faço só que os outros fazem. Acho isso legal, arrumo brigas com a galera e acho sensacional. Me olho no espelho e me acho tal, mas não percebo que no fundo eu sou um débil mental, porque eu sou playboy, essa puta nessa barra não pode amar. Eu sou playboy, sou um débil mental, sou eu sou playboy, essa puta nessa barra não pode amar. Eu sou playboy.
I feel like the chorus has a different instrumentation to it.
Cabeça raspada, cheia de parafina, eu tiro onda porque acho que sou gente fina, mas na verdade pertenço à pior raça que existe. Eu sou playboy, penso que sou feliz, mas sou triste. Eu sou pior que uma praga, eu sou pior que uma peste. Tô em qualquer lugar da superfície terrestre. Digo aonde a playboyzada prolifera-se a mil. É num país capitalista pobre como o Brasil, onde não somos patriotas nem nacionalistas. Gosto das cores dos estentes com as estrelas e as listras. E torcido pelo país, não torcido pelo povo. Olha só que legal, quando eu pego um ovo, entro no carro com os amigos, levo o ovo na mão. Jogar com o ovo bem na cara de um trabalhador que esperava o seu ônibus.
Did they just egg somebody? That's so messed up.
Pra quem tá sofrendo, em vez de eu dar uma carona, deixa o cara fedendo.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. I'll back it up a little bit. So yeah, they just egged somebody. That's rude. Honestly, I'm not even really sure what's happening in this video. It looks like it's just a bunch of people that are like, I don't even know. Like we have a bunch of people like just hanging out here, and I guess they're kind of maybe getting ready for a road trip of some sort because they're all in a car. And then I don't know. And next thing you know, they're egging somebody. So it's super weird to me. But I mean, I've seen weirder. So I do want to look at the lyrics real quick because what's happening here is a lot. Let's see. Lyrics. Yeah, I had a feeling there's a lot of lyrics because like the way he's like performing this, like it definitely has like this hip hop feel to it, and the instrumentation, like it definitely has. I feel like a couple of different genres in there. Like I definitely hear like a hip hop feel to it, but also I'm not even sure. There's a genre that I can't really like identify right now. English, that's what I want. If I do this one, server not found. Okay. If I do this one, I think. Okay, so yeah, this one's broken down. Okay, cool. Let me put chat over here, and then I'm gonna pull lyrics up right here so I can do both. Okay, so in English, the title is Portrait of a Rich Kid, in parentheses, Lost Youth. So the first part, ask a rich kid what he thinks about life. You know what he'll say? He freaks out more or less like this. I'm a rich kid and I live it up. I hit the beach every day. I'm full of swagger. I only roll with my crew and I hold my own. But when I'm alone, I just hang around because I do jujitsu, but it's just for fun. If something's in style, then I do it too. Just like me, I know more than 100. If I do everything they do, then that's cool. I don't want school or a job. Don't come at me with that because I'm just a rich kid and I'm not ashamed. I don't know what life is. I don't think, I don't dream. Beach, surf, and beer, that's my reality. I don't step outside that because I lack personality. So yeah, he's a rich kid and he's just got this mindset that he's pretty much going to do what he wants and he doesn't want responsibilities or anything. He doesn't really want to grow up. He just wants to live life right then and there, and just kind of just not do what like really anybody else is doing except with his crew. You know, whatever they're doing, like that's what he wants to do. And I guess that kind of like somebody wanted to throw eggs at people. I guess he's down to do that too, basically. So I think that pretty much sums it up, if I'm not mistaken. Egg, yes. The meme. Can I offer you an egg in these trying times? Yeah, that definitely would have held up when egg prices shot up for sure. But yeah, this is definitely interesting. Okay. I hit my phone, didn't mean to do that. Just the instrumentation of the verses and then the instrumentation of the chorus. It seemed like the chorus had more of like this positive sound, and then it sounded like the verses had more of a minor sound, and it didn't really necessarily sound like negative or anything. It just sounded like a little bit lower. But the chorus just like kind of changed it up, and I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, everything that's happening here is kind of wild. And there's the dude that got egged, so hopefully he's doing well. Yes, a theoretical film that they raised the ship based on common belief of how it sank. Now they know it broke in two and most of the compartments burst open. So yeah, in the 80s when they did that one, they kind of just guessed they could put it back together like Humpty Dumpty, but in reality, Humpty Dumpty couldn't be put back together. Kind of like this egg. Let's go ahead and get back to it. Here we go. Is that a fire extinguisher? They're just giving people a hard time, making a mess for people to clean up. See, it has like a more like upbeat sound to it. also a large crew as well. It's like 20, 30 people standing on that bridge. I was really hoping we weren't going to watch someone go to the bathroom. Yeah, okay, so that's probably what it is. There's like a little bit of reggae mixed in here. And they showed Bob Marley, so I think that makes sense now. I was trying to pinpoint it. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Esse é o retrato da nossa juventude. Seja o playboy da maconha ou o playboy da saúde. Se cuidarmos assim do futuro do Brasil, vamos levar esse país para a puta que pariu.
So he flushed himself down the toilet? Because I don't think there was a window in there. I don't know how that's possible either. Interesting. Yeah, just a lot of stuff happening here. I just not wanting to, I guess, conform to like how everybody else does. They just want to do their own thing basically, and live in the moment and not, basically not grow up and be boring. I guess is kind of how they're looking at it. Definitely interesting, and to the best of my knowledge, we haven't heard any hip hop songs from Aleatorio yet, so that was definitely different from the usual stuff that we're able to listen to. So I thought that was really cool as well. So we get a variety from Aleatorio, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun. Interesting visuals that we got there as well with the gun and the toilet. But at least we didn't see anybody use the bathroom. That's the big thing. Okay. Let's see. We did that one, so we got 4. Okay, so the next one is from Ian. Let me bring this over. No, don't do that. Just wanted to drag it over because I can't see. My eyesight's terrible. So the next one is Matt Corby, brother. So that's this one. Okay, we go ahead and X that one out. We don't need that one anymore. Okay. All right, so this one's from Ian. This is Matt Corby, brother. So this is live for like a version, not virgin. Or maybe that's the point. Maybe it's like a play on the, what's her name, Madonna song. That could be. So let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. Interesting vocal techniques there. Does have like some range going with that.
Sleep now under my skin, show you try to conjure the wind and ease my mind. Somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you're couldn't help out your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father, let it out and say, let it pass away. Sleep now under my skin, show you trying to conjure the wind and ease my mind.
Sounds like we're getting a bit of a buildup here. So yeah, this is definitely interesting. It's like a very like, and I don't have the lyrics up in front of me, so I don't know if it's like a happy or sad song necessarily. I was just more like focused on like his performance itself rather than the lyrics, and I can look up the lyrics in a little bit. But yeah, like it's just this really like kind of mellow performance of how he's performing this, and it's just straight up him and the guitar. The noises that he's making, like at first I thought he was just making them and there wasn't really any like symmetry or any melodic anything to it. But then he like on because he's 1, 2, and then like the third or fourth one that he does, there's like some like melodicness, I guess. I don't really know how to describe that, but like it gets like way more uniform, and it's ends up not being just noise. It's I don't know. It's just part of his style that I don't know how to describe this part. It's really unique. I feel like, and it's really cool how he's doing it. Because at first I was like interesting, and then it just seems to get better and better, and I think that's really cool. And to the point where he even goes from doing that into like a melodic portion of the song. I think that's really interesting way to go about it. But yeah, just the acoustic guitar, it's a very mellow sound. He's even got a capo on the second fret for those who know how fretboards work and stuff. So that's really cool. Like it just makes the notes seem a little bit higher, so he doesn't have to do bar chords and stuff basically. But yeah, this is definitely interesting. I kind of want to get the lyrics up because I want to see if it's a happy song or a sad song. How many web pages do I have? Okay, so I don't need this one. I just need this one. There we go, because it's already over here. All right, so Matt Corby, brother lyrics. Yeah, I don't really care about that. All right, sleep now under my skin. Make sure you'll try to conjure the wind and ease my mind. And the oohs that he's doing, they're at least on here, it's a refrain. So it's not like part of the verse or part of the chorus or anything. And then so it's refrain. We got the verse 1 that I just went over. We have another refrain, and then we have the chorus. So somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. You couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father, let it out and say, let it pass away. Sleep now under my skin. Make sure you'll try to conjure the wind and ease my mind. Isn't that the first verse? It says verse 2, but it's the exact same. That's interesting. It's an interesting layout. So I'm not necessarily getting like a happy vibe from this song at all, and I just how he's performing it, I was kind of thinking, yeah, it's not exactly like an upbeat or positive vibe. It sounds like something happened between or with the brother, and I don't know if it's like a blood relative or just somebody that you can call your brother. I guess it could be either one, really. It sounds like they're like going through something and you need to reach out to them, but for whatever reason, you're not doing that, but you need to. You need to check on, your friends and family, basically, because of things that they're going through. Even if they don't really ever tell you, you should always say, hey, got anything you want to talk about? Things like that. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting from the lyrics. This is from a weekly segment on Australian radio where an artist comes in and does 2 songs, one original, one cover. This is an original that I think was a number 2 hit. Matt was a runner-up in Australian Idol, was offered a record deal but refused so he could do music his own way. Makes sense. Honestly, even going on the shows, like sometimes the people who don't get first place end up doing even better because they got the exposure. That was the whole point. The song is great, but the song is actually an apology from when he slept with his friend's girlfriend as a teenager. Oh, I don't think they mentioned that part. maybe it's further down. Okay. Yeah, that I was not picking up cheating on that, but I guess when you put it like that, looking at the chorus, you couldn't help your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame because it's your fault. You did it. So I guess I can see from that perspective. Okay. But yeah, this is definitely interesting. Let's go ahead and get back to it. Here we go.
Somebody call out to your brother.
All right, we got some power. Okay.
Hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor.
Got some raspiness in the vocals.
You were fucked up by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it out and say, you cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it pass away. Let it break you down.
So he's definitely got some range with his vocals. That's really cool.
Wait there, pull yourself out of this state, dear. Acknowledge that you were fake here. From there on, you might just grow.
It's got like pretty quiet during this part.
Somebody call unto your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh. Hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. You couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. Oh, somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor.
The song's getting intense.
Somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Whoa. Hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Whoa. Oh. You couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were back
that little part at the end did not go with the song at all. Okay. Is there anything else, or is it just like the? Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else. I didn't want to interrupt. So yeah, we got a bit of power, somewhere in the middle of the song, and then it kind of just lulled out. It got really like quiet and like soft again, and then it's just like steadily climbed, steadily ramped up to like this intensity. So he's got like some definite range with his vocal talents. Like he's got the harmonic singing, he's got this raspiness that he brings out as well. Like he puts like a lot of passion, like that we got to see closer to the end there. So definitely more what I was, kind of expecting from a runner-up performer for one of the singing shows. Because like just the first part, I was like, okay, it's definitely not bad at all. Like it's definitely really good. But I'm not really seeing like this performer that y'all are talking about where he got runner-up. I was like, okay, that's definitely interesting. And then we got to see the power, and I was like, okay, so that's where it is. So that's really cool. So we got to see like the side it's just crazy. Definitely was getting into it as well. Like even the guitar was picking up, like it was getting more intense on the instrumentation. There was even like a portion while he was playing this, there was like he was tapping on the guitar and giving it a beat. So I thought that was really cool as well. But yeah, definitely well performed. So you mentioned this is on the radio. He said fucked a couple of times. So in Australia, how is censorship over there? Because over here, that gets muted out. I don't know how many times he says that in here, but I know on the radio here, they get like, I think it's like a total of like 5 seconds overall that they're able to like kind of mute out. They're able to like, the way radio works here, they're like kind of like 8 seconds ahead or 5 seconds ahead, something like that. So if there's something that happens, somebody says something they shouldn't, they're able to erase that portion, but it kind of shortens that 5 second window that they have to play with. That's really all they get during their show. So, but yeah, I'm also kind of curious how it works around the world. Like, can they curse like that, or because we can't really do that here. Let's see. Not bad. Oh, wasn't the ones I saw, but you get the idea. Right. I almost feel like I need some heavy metal now. Yeah, like I feel like we kind of took a turn from like we went from like a Prince remix to this was so many different genres, and then we went into a sad song. We went into this hip hop like performance that was definitely more upbeat and everything, and now we're kind of down again. So the question is Walk Off the Earth, Hey Ya, is that going to be more upbeat? I guess we'll find out. But yeah, that was definitely a really cool performance. I definitely like that. The other thing that I noticed throughout this, because they kind of kept cutting back. Oh. Let me see if I can. Right there. So we got the statue of David in there randomly. I feel like that's just completely random. I don't know. But I kept noticing that. I was like, man, that's an interesting piece of art that you have in the studio. But yeah. There we go. So this one was pretty cool. Go ahead and mark that off. So that was number 5. All right. So let me do this. Sweet. I got it. It cooperated this time. Yay. Let's see. Walk Off the Earth is always upbeat. Well, I mean, yeah, even the sad song that we got last week was pretty upbeat, yeah. Put some pants on, David. Yeah, you got it. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I don't need any of this. Like at all. Okay. I thought I was getting a text, but no, it's just a bunch of random emails that I don't care about. Anyway. All right, so this one is from Marvin. I don't know if Marvin said anything, but hi Marvin. So this is Walk Off the Earth's cover of Outkast's Hey Ya. And I think I've heard, so I don't know if anybody watches Scrubs. or watched Scrubs, but one of the episodes in season 8, they did an acoustic, I guess. I think it was on a ukulele though, but they did an acoustic performance of this song, and I thought that was like a really cool way to go about it. So I don't know if we're gonna get that here, maybe, I don't know, but let's go ahead and check this out. Here we go.
My baby don't mess around because he loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does he really want it, but can't stand to see me walking out that door? Don't try to fight the feeling.
Great harmony.
Alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how.
Okay. It started off somber and then it picked up. That's huge.
Just don't get it when there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. If what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes love the exception? Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, are we so in denial when we know we're not happy here?
Okay, pause it right there. So yeah, like started off like very like acoustic, very somber, and then like that's more of how the performance from Scrubs was. This says 7 years ago. I'm relatively sure the Scrubs episode was way before that. So maybe they could have taken some inspiration from that. I'm sure they take inspiration from different things, and that's where they get some of the ideas that they come up with. And then yeah, they go into the more upbeat way that the song is performed. I will admit I have not heard Outkast's version all the way through, so I don't know if it starts, more somber and then it goes energetic. I couldn't tell you. I'm just guessing it doesn't. But yeah, just all of it was really cool how they were like zooming out slowly, so you got to see more of what they're using. And then we had the two people playing the cello at the same time, which already impressive. I don't know if I've ever seen something like that before. So that was really cool. It wasn't for very long, but it was definitely awesome. And yeah, we have some puppets coming up in a second, but barring that, just the giant guitar. I don't know if I don't know how that's even a thing, but that is definitely awesome. It's just I'm relatively sure that wasn't just a visual effect. I have to imagine that was actually a legitimate instrument. I don't think I've ever seen a guitar that big before. So that's definitely cool. And then they have all these different like bells and different percussion. Like he's got these like clapping hands taped to him. That's definitely interesting. And they have I'm not sure what the thing in the middle is called. I've seen it, a number of times. I can't remember the name of it. But it creates this really cool like percussion sound. But yeah, just everything that they're doing is fantastic here. And just the harmony that we're getting with the vocals is great as well. Definitely a fun performance for sure. They also had the "Hey Ya" like drop from the ceiling, so that's really cool. But yeah, I want that giant acoustic so bad. I mean, I kind of do too. I don't know where I would put it. I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't. Handpan, thank you. Yes, that. Couldn't remember what it was called. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the rest of this. Here we go. I like that the puppets with them. That's really cool. I don't even know what that is.
We hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to download or stream the song, click over there.
To watch our latest video release, click the link above.
If you want to see us live, click in the description below to find a city near you.
A special thanks to all of our fans and patrons. We love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this. We love you. Bye.
Goodness. I feel like I'll pause it before, and that way I can back it up where I need to. So yeah, they definitely did some really cool things. I feel like with the puppets that came up in the front, I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like maybe this was added in after the fact. I just got that impression. I don't know why, but like the vocals were definitely there, but I feel like maybe they like kind of green screened that in post editing. But I'm also relatively sure when they had the puppets here, that was accurate. This him dancing like really fast. I don't know if he was actually doing that. I feel like that's also something they added in with editing, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, just everything they did here, even here we got a little more acoustic, and then just as soon as they started zooming out, you knew something was going to happen, and more people jumping in, another puppet, and just chaos, pure chaos. Just all the instrumentation, all the percussion, all the vocal harmony that we got with this was definitely well done. Definitely has a great energy to this performance as well. And some very unique instruments, especially at the end. We got this. I don't know what that is. And then he was playing some sort of like horn, some kind of plastic horn. I don't think it's a vuvuzela, but I mean, it could be, but I feel like it's too small to be. But yeah, I have no idea what that is, but definitely some really unique instruments for this performance as well. I mean, they do that quite often, but it's really cool to see that. But yeah, definitely a very fun performance with that one. So let's go ahead and do that. So number 6. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. W puppets. I think so. I think that was a really cool and unique idea. I've seen a couple of music videos where they utilize puppets, so it's always cool to see that. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody with better knowledge with how they do stuff would have to tell me if some of that was green screened in or not. I'm not really sure. Also, I need to check the weather real quick because they were talking about storms, and I just want to make sure stream's not going to go down. See here. I don't think. Nah, we're fine. We're good. There is no rain. Ace. Saiyan League. You still taking requests? Yeah, still taking requests. Did you have something? Because you can always add it to the list. We got 2 more on the list, or if you want to do a priority request, you're more than welcome to do that as well. We can check that out real quick. Totally up to you. Just, let me know which way you want to go. I can hold off a second if you want. I can play this for a second. While we're waiting for that, sure, I'll spot you a coffee. Cool. Have I told y'all I do not like I don't actually like drinking coffee. It's like, obviously to me the flavor is just not that great, and obviously you can always put a bunch of sugar in it, which kind of defeats the purpose, but it gives me heart palpitations and anxiety, so I can't drink coffee at all. Do you want hip hop or metal? We have not had metal today, so I'd be down for some metal. I don't know if any of the other two are metal or not. I also feel like it's kind of coincidental it's the exact same artist, so that may be the same person twice. I don't really know. I'm a tea guy. I do like tea. I love boba tea. If y'all have ever had boba tea, it's a tea with the tapioca bubbles in it. It's really good. They have a little flavor. They don't really change the way the tea tastes necessarily, but you know, it's just something to chew on while you're drinking the tea, basically. Chai for me, I have tried chai. It's kind of strong. I feel like there's a definite spice to it, and it's a little strong for me. There is caffeine in that as well, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I can't remember. I don't know if I've mentioned in the past, but in high school and part of college, I worked as a Starbucks barista. 2 different locations. One was at a resort, and then one of them was at a grocery store. You can decaf your tea. Yes, yeah, you can. Oh, there's decaf chai? Did not know that. I'm also thinking of the concentrated chai that they use at Starbucks. So I think, at least back when I worked, they only had the one kind. But I think there was like an actual chai tea bag as well. And I think there was a decaf or a low caffeine version of that. I'm not really sure. But, you know, life without coffee is not life. I don't know. What I typically drink, I typically just stick to water. And if I'm feeling like adventurous, I don't know. I don't really drink soda. I'll do that on a rare occasion. Tea is another one that I can vibe with, because that's not anything intense, you know. But that's just me. I don't really drink alcohol at all. It's never been something that I've vibed with necessarily. I dropped a couple of frames. Hopefully stream's not about to go down. I don't know when that happened. I just looked down and it showed 0.1%. Maybe I should check my internet real quick just in case. It's still good. I like coffee too, though. How does everybody like their coffee? How about that? Do you like taking it black? Do you put espresso in it? Do you put some sugar in it? Certain syrups? You know, definitely let me know. I'd be interested to find out. Okay, so I can't decide the song. I can go after the next person. Okay, valid. All right, so this one is from BJR. So this is an artist that we got to check out last week, if I'm not mistaken. Aralina Ara. It looks like the name of the song is, I'm gonna butcher this, and I do apologize. Dasharia Ime. That's what I'm going with, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. So let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. I sense some intensity coming. She's got a lot of emotion on her face. Sadness, anger. I'm gonna pause right there because it's a bit of a shorter song, and I'll back it up a little bit. So yeah, so far this is just it's a little different from the ones that we checked out last week, if I'm not mistaken, because I think it was last week. It could have been the week before. but at the very least, the artist's name does sound familiar. I don't remember where she's from or anything. I think she won a competition, maybe. I think I can't remember. I would definitely need a refresher on that. But compared to those where it was more of a music video where like a lot of stuff was happening, here it's just a close up. And I've seen that in a couple of music videos, but not many. So it's definitely a little more unique and not widely used, which I think is kind of cool. So it kind of stands out on its own, just that. And doing that, like you hear and you see like a lot of facial emotion. Like we saw, like you could even hear when she was getting angry. And then you saw like sadness on her face, and then throughout it's almost like she's kind of trying to hold it together as best she can. Also, I was mostly right on the name. It was Dashiria Ime, not Aime. So I was close, actually. I was surprisingly close, which is really cool. But yeah, like the instrumentation, it kind of started off a little bit, I guess there's a little bit of folk in it. I think is probably the genre. Somebody would have to correct me on that. But it was like a slow build up, and then we got the beat and everything, and it's just like a build up instrumentally, and I think that's really cool as well. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun with this. Pop stars, welcome in. That's right, she's Albanian. Thank you for that. 5 cream and 5 sweet and low. I mean, I don't think I've ever put cream in coffee before, so I can't speak of the validity of that. But that does seem like a decent amount of sugar, I feel like. Although I will say with the drinks that I got at Starbucks, I can't do espresso because, again, palpitations and everything. But, you know, like hot chocolate, you know, obviously a lot of sugar, so I'm not one to talk, you know. I like about 5 grains of sugar and 3 drops of cream. So just that's it. Gotcha. So just the smallest amount, just to maybe kind of sort of change the color, just barely. If you get palpitations from espresso, it's not the caffeine that really. Is it I don't know what else is in coffee. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why they wanted me to work at Starbucks. I don't know anything about coffee. They said I'd make the perfect employee. I think they just needed somebody there. I don't know. I was just trying to be a cashier at a grocery store, man. Turns out they made a little bit more, not much more because it's a grocery store, but espresso has less caffeine than coffee. Essentially the coffee, speaking of. Ooh. Okay, I gotta unlock my phone because things don't pop up. Am I logged into the app? My internet about to go down? There it goes. I think my internet might be... Oh, I'm not logged in. Hold on. Hold on now. Continue. I forgot it does log you out every once in a while. It's super weird. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for the coffee. So we'll check that out after this one. Espresso has less caffeine than coffee. So I wonder... Let's find out real quick before we get to the music. What in espresso and coffee gives someone palpitations? Let's do that. Okay, in both, caffeine is a primary substance that can cause palpitations. Caffeine is a stimulant that affects the central nervous system and can increase heart rate and blood pressure in some individuals, potentially leading to palpitations. While many people tolerate caffeine well, some individuals are more sensitive to its effects and may experience palpitations even with moderate consumption. So yeah, I mean, low dose caffeine from espresso. No wonder I can't handle coffee. Let me see. A lot of apps log me out, so it's annoying. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, and even when I go into my phone, nothing had popped up at all. It was just the temperature and your pack stamina has recovered for Pokemon trading card game Pocket. which, yay, I get to open a pack later. I don't know. Of course, you might be ultra sensitive. Yeah, and it's weird because soda, I can do soda. I can do tea. I just can't do caffeine from coffee and espresso, so I guess it's hyper concentrated there. That's my guess. I don't know. Let's see. Everyone and their mother has reacted to the video I requested, so you should be fine. Valid. I'll be looking forward to it. You're perfect. Martini is a martini glass of vodka and then a bottle of vermouth in the same room. Add olive. Even the smell of coffee grosses me out. There is like good things you can do with coffee grounds as well. Like you can, when you go to the morgue, I think if you put some coffee grounds underneath your nostrils, it helps a little bit. Somebody would have to fact check me on that, but I think that's what you do. Except I hate the taste of any alcohol. Chocolate has caffeine. That is true, but it's probably like a smaller dosage, you know? So tea has almost, I don't know what it is then. Maybe it's something else in there that's doing it. But yeah, it stresses me out. Anyway, huge tangent. I know. I'm sorry, pop stars. Let's go ahead and get back to your submission. Here we go. The harmony is great. I'm hoping they don't pan down a little too much and she's not wearing anything. I'm hoping that either don't show it or she's covered. I don't want to get in trouble. She's got some passion here as well. Cool. She has some great range, and yeah, there was definite emotion in her performance as well. Like she was putting a lot of herself into that. I do want to see what it translates to. I'm kind of curious, because I don't know. It definitely does not sound like a happy song. So let's see. Ime, sorry. English lyrics. Translates to my love. Okay, so I'm not gonna read through the whole thing, just a couple of it, so we can kind of get a vibe of what was happening. My love, I don't know where you are, sometimes in the wind, sometimes in the clouds. I feel you, you feel me. I'm crazy, you're crazy. I know I'm not doing the song justice. I should not be reading for people. Just bear with me. The story of ours has no end and no beginning, passion or folly, or maybe a curse. How can I forget the endless nights and kisses? Know that my life is not worth a moment without you. Okay, so it's a love song. Okay. So passion, there was definite passion, definite emotion, but it was for love. So it was not a sad song or anything like that. Okay. That's probably the thing I was missing, and I probably couldn't gauge where we were going with that performance. So that makes more sense now. Totally understand. If she reveals as you are, channel will be deleted by the government, probably. Nice song, sounds like it could be in The Witcher. Yeah, it definitely has that vibe, right? There's a bit of like folk sound to the instrumentation. Definitely reminds me of how Avi Kaplan performs his songs. It just has that similar vibe. Great voice and presence. Absolutely. Yeah, she really commanded the screen for sure. Obviously, she was front and center, but, you know, even without that, you know. So let's go ahead and let me get this going real quick. All right, so I'm going to remove that for a second. I know I'm going to have to log in on here because it never leaves me logged in on the computer. Don't know why. I guess it's a safety feature. Okay, so if I click this, no, I just need to click that. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this over here for a second. All right, I'm just gonna copy all of that. Okay, interesting. So Sanley, do you have any information about the artist we're about to check out? I'm also gonna green that. There we go. Okay. I think this one actually is gonna be the last one we do tonight. Because we're at the 2-hour mark and I need food. But this will be the last one. So this last one, I should go ahead and mute that. There we go. This last one that we're doing is Unlucky Morpheus, and the song is Black Pentagram. So I'm not sure if this is going to be something that kind of goes towards satanic. I mean, looking at the cover art of this, I mean, it kind of hints at that. Not 100% sure, but I guess we'll find out. It's a large metal band in Japan. When you say large, do you mean they're just big, or like it's a lot of members in the band? Or are we talking about like more like Nemophila, where it's like 4 or 5 members? That went down the wrong pipe. I'm gonna need a second. They're not satanic, however, they speak about spiritual welfare, so it can appear that way. In this moment, does something similar, so I can completely vibe with that. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be upsetting viewers. So this is not satanic. This is so I'm assuming this is going to be in Japanese. I'm assuming, especially based on this right here, especially because they are a Japanese band. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out this one. This one's from Saiyan League. Thank you very, very much for the priority request. This is Unlucky Morpheus, Black Pentagram. Here we go. Ooh. Having a violin in something like this is definitely different. I was hoping for some harsh vocals, okay? There's a harmony happening, I'm pretty sure. we'll back it up a little bit just because obviously we're about to go into what I'm assuming is a solo, just based on how the song is progressing so far. Yes, this is very intense, and I'm definitely here for it. Definitely unique in that we have a violin player in the band. You know, I definitely don't see that very often, and I don't think I've seen that in like a heavy metal performance at all. So that's definitely awesome. And it definitely, you hear the melodic sounds of the violin through this as well. So it really kind of stands out, which is really cool. So we have like a typical setup for band plus the violin. So we have drums, we have guitar, we have bass, we have vocalists. And the vocalist, I was expecting, you know, heavy metal, and just based on using context clues with the name of the song and everything, I was expecting her to have the harsh vocals, but she has very melodic vocals similar to Love Bites. And I know a lot of people don't like comparing bands, and you know, a lot of people get mad at me for doing that, but it's kind of just how my brain works. It's how I'm able to like process getting through, you know, reactions and stuff to try and differentiate. But definitely has that, you know, Love Bites doesn't have the harshness of the vocals, at least not that I've heard. Could be wrong, but the performances that I've seen, I don't think I've checked out any harsh vocals. And I'm pretty sure the harshness came from the guitarist, and I could be wrong, but I think I saw the guitarist doing some vocal work as well. So I'm guessing it was that one. And speaking of, like, with the harshness of the vocals, it sounds more like something that Nemophila does, but at the same time, not. Just the intensity that they brought with the vocals here in general. Like, there's even harmony happening while the lead singer is singing. That, at least I think it is. That's what it sounds like, and I could be wrong, and I could be mishearing, but it definitely sounds like there's some harmony happening with that. So there also could be another singer in the group, or it could just be some layering. You know, that's definitely a possibility as well. Instrumentally, you know, we have the guitar, we have the drums, very fast paced, very heavy. Definitely enjoy that. Everything about this, I'm definitely liking. The visuals are kind of just all over the place. You know, it's primarily muted in terms of color. But there's a couple of colors that kind of just stand out. Like the violin kind of stands out. Even her hair, the singer's hair, just because it was purple for a second. At least I think. I could be wrong. It looked like, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to be able to pull it up here. But yeah, like there's just instances where color kind of shines through here. And I think that's really cool. And then there's also like blink and you'll miss it, like just little flashes of some kind of imagery as well that pops up. But you know, you could easily miss that if you like blink and it's just not there. But definitely having a lot of fun with this for sure. Let me get it back to where we were. I think it was about here. I should have wrote down the time. That was on me. Anyway, let me catch up on chat. Let's see. They're big in Japan, and there's 6 of them. Okay. Yeah. So singer, drummer, possibly 2 guitarists. Then, because I'm only counting 5. Okay. Write this down so I don't forget. We're at 209. I'm hoping there's a whole shot of the band. Yeah, so we have bass. Yeah, there's 2 guitarists because he's over here, or that one's over here. Sorry, I don't know if I don't know gender here. I'm gonna be honest, so I do apologize about that. But yeah, it looks like we have 2 guitarists and a bassist. Okay, so 209. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, there are 6. Got it. The song is about fighting against the devil and how easy evil consumes people through egos. Looking at your sins in the mirror kind of theme. They're very anti-devil, actually. They're also classically trained, I believe. Don't quote me, though. Yeah, her vocals definitely have that classical like sound to them. Very, very very melodious and very like just commanding, you know? You're right, definitely harmony. Okay, so yeah. So does that mean somebody else in the band sings it as well, or is there like a layering effect happening? The one thing I've never liked about this video is the color, but also they need to upload the video in 4K would look better. I mean, I think it's fine. I hate it when YouTube, like, you see, usually the reactions, this goes all the way down. This video is not like that. There's some videos that YouTube just does like that. I don't know why. It's weird to me. So the size doesn't really work. See, it's even cutting off a portion of it because you can't see the square all the way here. So I don't know why YouTube did that, but they did. All men and one female singer. Okay, cool. But yeah, this is definitely awesome. I'm ready to check out the rest of it. So let's go ahead and get back to it. So here we go. I like our poses too. There's a bit of classical behind that. And there's harmony with the guitar too, yeah. Love that. There's two people doing that in there. But they only show one. She got some range too. That double bass going off, love it. Awesome. Definitely a fantastic performance. So yeah, the harsh vocals, I feel like two people are doing that. I feel like there was a bit of harmony. I was able to catch up a little bit of harmony with that. So I feel like two people were doing that, but I'm not 100% sure because they only showed one person. And even though, I mean, it's a music video, so even with that, it's kind of hard to tell. But that's what I'm hearing. And maybe it's just how the sound is. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely hear some harmony with the vocals in general too. So there could be somebody singing, could be layered. The solo that we got with both guitars, I thought was phenomenal. The harmony between them like was spectacular. The first part of that solo definitely sounded like a piece of classical music that got tweaked into this, and I think that's awesome. And it sounded like it was played on one of those, I don't know what kind of piano it is, but it's ones that the composers used back then, like Mozart and Beethoven. Like, it had that sound to it, but just much heavier, and I thought that was so cool. But yeah, everything about this, even with even with the double bass happening throughout this, I thought was just superb. And yeah, I'm glad we were able to check this one out. That was great. Let's see. The two deep voices you hear are the guitarists. Okay, so both guitarists are doing the harsh vocals. Cool. And it's only like very slight. Like there's only like one moment during the song, like during the, I think it's the chorus when it happens, and that's it. So it's not really like constant. It's just it's like used sparingly. I'm sure there's other songs where they, you know, utilize that more. You know, I have to imagine, because it's like a really cool aspect of these metal songs, you know. But at the same time, using it sparingly and just keeping the primary focus on the lead singer's vocals also works very well. I love how much you know about music and instruments. You hear things so well. My musical journey started with Guitar Hero. I think it was Guitar Hero 3, actually, because I was like, I'm not a fan of Guns N' Roses anymore. They did a racist and homophobic song, so I cut them out completely, so I don't listen to them at all. I think they've made amends for it, but even still, like, you don't mix art and artist. You kind of keep them separate. When they put both together, that's when it's a problem. But when I was looking for, it was one of the songs while it was on the loading or on the main screen, and you can like select something like an option. It was Welcome to the Jungle, but I didn't know that at the time, and I was trying to figure out what it was. And I think it was that moment when I was like starting to really pay attention to who plays what music, what instruments are being played, things like that. So it's because of Guns N' Roses that I really got into music. But you know, so it's a very conflicted origin story with music. But yeah, even, you know, I've just gone throughout the years with different things with music and everything. Growing up, I was part of the youth group band at my church. I got to do some of that as well. I guess since we're done, I can turn this on. It's fine. But yeah, so anyways, same. I was a Guns N' Roses fan until I heard that BS. So yeah, if like I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Like, you can do your some research if you're interested. It's the song "One in a Million." I think it was on their second album or something like that. So if you want to look into that, go for it. I know that they did like a greatest hits album, and they purposely left that song off, or maybe it was not a greatest. It was like a re-release, and they purposely left that song off. So they're aware. But yeah, like, anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. It's probably not the time or place. But yeah, I think that is a good stopping point for tonight, because it's already after 6 and I gotta get something to eat and get some stuff done. But y'all have been awesome tonight. Thank you very much for hanging out and submitting all the music that we got to check out and the priority requests that we got in. I think next week I am doing reactions with somebody. I just gotta see what time real quick. Hold on. And I gotta see who with and all of that. Okay, so we're doing reactions at 7 on Monday. So we should be fine to do the standard 4 p.m. start time, I think. I think just be on the lookout for when the live gets uploaded. I don't know how it all works, I'm gonna be honest, because I think it shoots y'all an announcement or some kind of notification. So pay attention for that, and I'll probably do that on Friday. I'm not working this week, so I'm able to get a lot of stuff done, which is great because I need to catch up. I need to clean my apartment. A lot of stuff happening. Yeah, I'm a musician as well. Not that you asked, but just say, no, I mean, that's cool. I want to learn, about, the viewers. Like, that's really cool. Like Callie mentioned, like, she does music and stuff, or like plays instruments and stuff, which is really cool. Like, we've only briefly touched on these like things, so it's really cool to learn about, what y'all can do. I get tortured hearing uneducated opinions. I'm hoping I do reactions justice. I haven't been told I haven't. I think I got told by some like trolls that I had trash opinions like on a couple of videos, and I always like screen cap those and post them in the Discord for all these dumb YouTube comments. It's few and far between, but when one pops up, bet your sweet dippity I got that screenshot, baby. After Axel made comments, they teamed up either They teamed up with Elton John during the Freddie Mercury Memories concert. Interesting. Okay. Always love seeing that acoustic guitar. Yeah, I have an electric guitar. It's in the closet. Anyway, huge tangent. You definitely do it justice. I'm bluntly honest. I get in trouble for my honesty sometimes. Sometimes it's refreshing to have honesty, though. You know, it just is. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it there tonight. Y'all have a great night, great week, and, you know, check out the reactions. Went over the reaction schedule at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if this live stream is going to get blocked for a second or not. I got no clue. But you can check that out as well. But y'all have a great week, great night. I'll see y'all later. Oh wait, I could do this. I forgot. I can do the end screen. Where is it? That one. Yeah, there we go. That works. I need to start doing that more often. All right. Y'all have a great week, great night. Bye.